You're a lousy fucking softball player, Jack!
Your boys are going down, Danny. I can't stop it anymore.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes. It's a double dose of Doc on your candy ass this Sunday. Obviously, we had This Week in X-Men first thing in the morning, and we're going to cap it off with a talk about Spider-Man. Not everyone knows this, Doc. You are the X-Men historian, the Marvel aficionado, because you like other Marvel properties, especially Amazing Spider-Man.
I do. Spidey is that he was, if X-Men was the old reliable, if it was my anchor book for being, for reading comics, Spider-Man was that number 2. I started reading them 1 month separate in 1987, and I read X-Men once, and it was just, and probably the only reason I started it that way is because X-Men came out onto the newsstand before Spider-Man did that month. So if it would have been reversed, I probably would have been a slightly bigger Spider-Man fan. And
so X-Men's your steady gal while Spider-Man's your side piece?
Yeah, it's more like maybe we're more like a we're a tripod.
You're a tripod.
Yeah, like me and the I'm dating 2 of them. Fine.
That's gross. So we're getting into Nick Spencer's Spider-Man. You were not looking forward to this run. You've talked about it on the channel that you've been exceptionally happy with it, and you're actually disappointed that he's leaving Amazing Spider-Man at this point.
I am. When he was announced to take over, I dropped Spider-Man for the first time off my pull list since 1987. And my LCS ignored me. And they actually gave me the first, for the first 4 issues, they just kept putting it in my bag. They never charged me for it. They're like, here, dude, come on, read it. It's good. Read it. And I think I let 4 or 5 issues back up. And then I read them, and I'm like, God damn it, it's good. And I told my LCS, fine, put it back on my pull list, and then I started paying for it again. I probably could have left it go for a little bit longer and got a couple extra free issues, but regardless.
That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man. He's winding down. He's going to stop on issue number 74. So we've got Amazing Spider-Man 70 came out this week. But we're also getting this Sinister War, event series that's leading up to the end of this. I do want to let's talk about this artist first. His name's Federici Vicentini.
Yeah,
I like him.
I love it.
He's got some Sean Gordon Murphy to him, but he's not, he's not at Sean Gordon Murphy's level, but he's got real nice angular features on the characters. They're very expressive, and I like what he's doing with Spider-Man. I think he might even be better for like a Daredevil comic, to be completely honest. But I think he's got a lot of potential. I'm upset that Patrick Gleason isn't more involved in Spider-Man at this point, because he was supposed to be the Spider-Man artist, but I think this guy has got a lot of potential, and he's doing great stuff.
I really like the artist on this issue. I had never heard of him before. I don't know if he's done much.
He's done a few issues prior to this.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well,
and I think he's also worked with Aaron in the past.
Okay. But the ever since Comic Book DB vanished, so I can't really look up some of the creators. I'm like, okay, but yeah, he's got this like Sean Gordon Murphy, like Bruce Timm influence, but also like he's influenced by Ultimate Spider-Man era Mark Bagley, and a little bit of like Ryan Ottley, and I really like it. I thought that this was a great. This was done as a prelude issue. It's kind of
the table.
Yeah, it's a bridge issue between the end of like the Chameleon Conspiracy and the beginning of Sinister War.
To reintroduce some plot points that obviously they weren't focusing on Chameleon Conspiracy, and say, hey, oh yeah, all this stuff is happening. All these things have been gathering around Peter Parker as we get into Sinister War.
Yeah, and I think now to a degree, I still think that this is going to be a little rushed, the end here, because I think that it probably needs about two or three more issues to really to tie this all up.
Well, Nick Spencer was supposed to go much longer. That's why they've been scrambling to replace him on ASM, and they have like a 5-person team because he wasn't supposed to leave at issue 74. So yes, the ending's going to be rushed. It's not exactly what was originally intended.
But I think I might like this a little better because it's tying a lot of things in together. I mean, we're getting stuff like callbacks from Hunted. We're getting that long-running, obviously the Kindred stories tied in there. The thing with Carly Cooper.
Probably Amazing Mary Jane.
Amazing Mary Jane is probably going to get tied into that. All the stuff with Overdrive and him coming back and being good, plus the dynamic between Boomerang and Spider-Man, with Boomerang betraying Spider-Man, and Peter, well, sort of, but not a lot, not badly, not in an unforgivable way. And then you have there's been the B or C plot with Mary Jane and Mysterio that connects back to Amazing Mary Jane, plus the one with Kindred kind of manipulating Octavius for a while now, and the way, plus the mystery of all the Harry Osborns involved. Because at this point,
a big mystery.
Yeah, we're up to 3 now.
I do want to mention this. I forgot to mention this about the artist. The only thing about this comic book that I don't like is the way that he illustrates Mary Jane. She's not pretty enough.
No, she isn't. But I can forgive that.
It's just a slight critique.
Yeah, he's still new. He's still young. I think this is an artist, though, that if you gave him a sustained run on Amazing Spider-Man, would turn into a superstar, like legitimately. But they'll never do it.
So we've got multiple Harry Osborns. We've got Kindred, who Norman Osborn thinks is his son, Harry Osborn.
Yes.
We've got his real son, who appears to be in prison with Carly, correct?
Correct.
Where's the third one?
It's the one that Carly discovered
the morgue.
Yes.
His body,
morgue.
yes.
He's dead.
Which one's the real Harry Osborn?
Exactly. And now, especially since we're connecting back to One More Day, pre-One More Day, Harry was dead. And then after One More Day, Harry was back. Mm-hmm. And now he's alive again. So now you're having the dead. I'm betting the dead one is the pre-One More Day one. The one in jail is the
one that's been brought back.
Yes. And the Kindred one is actually, I'm betting, the spirit of the dead one.
Yeah, yes. That's what I'm imagining too.
So, but you have 3 right now, and
it's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've really enjoyed. There's a lot of twists and turns.
Well, and, there's another big twist. We got to talk about this one, Doc. What the hell happened with Kirk Connors? Did they pull a Hulk on him where they separated the man and the monster?
Yes. Yes, they did. They pulled a Hulk, and at least when the Hulk got separated, it was because Onslaught hit him so goddamn hard that he split into 2 beings. This time, it was a magic glowy orb thing that.
Well, it was something Kirk Connors was working on that would separate like your illness from your body. So he separated the illness, which is the lizard, from his actual being. So it works.
It just works in a way that I don't think he expected. Like, certainly I don't think he definitely did not expect it to manifest as a 8-foot tall lizard without his brain in control or even involved.
Yes.
So I kind of like, I mean, the interesting thing about Connors and Lizard is the kind of the duality of the 2 beings sharing a body. Taking the Lizard out of Connor's body, and now there's tragic hero or tragic character flaw behind this. It's just a rampaging monster in a lab coat.
Mm-hmm.
That, it kind of eliminates it. So I feel like the whole thing here is going to be so that they can use the Lizard as part of one of the Sinister Sixes, yet at the same time have Kurt be Peter's kind of ace in the hole for finishing this whole thing out.
So we got the Sinister Six led by Doc Ock, who's being manipulated by Kindred, being forced to bring Mephisto on his team. He's got the Lizard now. He's got who's he got? He's got Kraven,
Sandman, Electro.
Yeah. Interesting team. And then on the other side, we've got Vulture, who's like hell bent on revenge, it seems, and he's got his Savage Six that he's getting ready for like some type of gang warfare against the other villains.
And we have Electro or the girl team, the Sinister Syndicate. We have the one with Jack-o'-lantern and all those other characters that have been kind of being put together in the background. That's a separate team. I counted 5 different Sinister Sixes.
Yeah, at the end of the last page, they kind of had them all together, and I was like, it's a lot of characters.
It is, and I like it, though, because I feel like, Spider-Man is going to be in the middle of like this giant gang war between 5 warring factions and trying to protect people and trying to stop it.
You don't think it's going to be like when you had the NWO, the NWO Wolfpack, the LWO? And maybe there's too many of them at the same time?
It might turn into that, but at the same, because really, whenever you had the NWO Hollywood, the Wolfpack, the WCW, the LWO, the BWO, all of them together, because there was a lot of, let's just say a lot of jabronis in there, and there is a good number of, like the Savage Six, mostly jabronis. The one with Jack-o'-lantern, mostly jabronis. There's only 2
I call them cannon fodder. You can kill them and no one's going to care.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure. You might end up with like the Sinister Six Elite out of this, where it's all the A-listers put together, but that's kind of already Doc Ock's team. Listen.
We all know Doc Ock at the last minute is going to figure out that he's being manipulated, that Kindred's trying to screw him over, and he's going to turn around and do the right thing, and they're all going to team up with Peter to fight Kindred, right? But they're not strong enough still.
You know that Nick Spencer is not Dan Slott, right? Because that's something that Dan Slott would do.
That's what's going to happen.
No, because Sinister.
You're telling me Doc Ock's not getting positioned for a face turn? I've been watching wrestling all my life, sir.
No, because it's not Dan Slott. If it was Dan Slott writing this, it would absolutely happen.
That's because that was his point of view character.
Yes, I know, because they look alike. No, so I don't think because look, Octavius is known that he's getting manipulated by Kindred since day one. I mean, when Kindred put that little creepy crawly, millipede thing in his ear, a la Wrath of Khan, everybody knew what was going on, and he knew he was being controlled. He still knows he's being controlled, but he doesn't care because it's getting him what he wants, and he knows that he'll eventually.
What's he really want? I thought he wanted Aunt May.
No, he wants that the midget chick, Anna. I want to say Anna Cabrera, but I think that's a porn star name. The short midget chick from Superior Spider-Man that worked at Parker Industries.
Keep talking.
The Hispanic chick. Anna Maria.
Anna Maria Marconi.
Marconi, that's her name. Oh, she's Italian. Sorry.
My goodness. Can you get Pornhub off your mind, please?
But regardless, yes, I think she's going to be, that's who he really wants, because that's who he's wanted to be with for a while. And especially when she wouldn't take, I'm still confused on how he ended up back in his body and he's not still in the Peter clone body from the end of Clone Conspiracy when he became the Sinister Octopus. But I'm just forgetting about, I just don't even care.
We're beyond that, Doc.
Yeah. But no, that's who he wants. No, but I don't know exactly what, I think what it is Doc Ock wants to take over Oscorp at this point, because he wants another, he had Parker Industries, but now I'm betting he thinks he can use Kindred to get control of either Oscorp or Alchemax.
He's got to realize he can't use Kindred for anything. He can only be used by Kindred.
I know, but maybe
he's too powerful for him.
But maybe he can get. But the thing is, that assumes Kindred actually gives a shit about having control of Oscorp or having control of Alchemax. That's what I'm thinking he's going to do. He's going to try to parlay it into, okay, well, I'll do whatever you want. Just give me control of this. Okay. But I don't know. I'm or it could just be, him wanting to get revenge on that dastardly Spider-Man like always. Could be.
Listen, I had stepped away from Amazing Spider-Man. I felt like basically Nick Spencer was dick teasing me with this Kindred reveal. We got that last Remain story arc. He never finished it. I was like, why even call this a story if you're not going to have any conclusion on it? I'm back in the game, baby. Nick Spencer's run is ending. I'm here for Sinister War. I'm excited for it. The table has been set. We are getting Sinister War starting #1 next week. I will definitely be reviewing it on the channel. What are your thoughts? Are you excited for the event? Are you excited to see what Nick Spencer does as he attempts to stick the landing on his ASM run?
Yeah, I am. I am really looking forward to it. I have hope that he's going to stick the landing. I'm still a little concerned that there's going to be the typical Nick Spencer pull the rug out from under you, subvert expectations bullshit right at the end.
Are we going to get the meme where Peter reveals that he killed Uncle Ben himself?
I don't know. Or we'll get the let's undo one more day just to kill Peter.
That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting them to be married, shotgun marriage in the issue number 74, and for Peter to pretty much be killed.
Yeah.
Or near death.
Yeah, something like that. Or, I hope he doesn't do that. I really, really hope so. Because
bring back Mayday Parker. God.
I've really enjoyed this. I think a lot of Spider fans have really, really surprisingly enjoyed this. I know a lot of them weren't really super hyped whenever they heard Nick Spencer was going to be the one taking over. But, he's made believers out of all of us. Please, whatever you do, don't blow it at the last possible minute by pulling a Nick Spencer.
Don't Hail Hydra this motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. You can give us a twist. Just don't pull the rug out from under us, and don't fuck us over after. If you're going to give us what we want, give us what we want. It can have some consequences, but don't just do it and then kill one of the two. Please, that's all I'm saying.
All right, if he does that, are you still going to be happy?
I think I'm going to say that I'm going to be.
He's got to do it first. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Exactly. I don't want to speculate on that because I don't want to set myself up for being pissed off or not pissed off. I just want to enjoy it because I've really enjoyed this run so far. There was a few minor, periods where it kind of went off the rails, but he regrouped, he reorganized, he got back on track. I think he refocused the story, and he got back to what was doing well in the beginning and what kept doing well as the story went on. I've really liked it, and I know a lot of other Spider fans have too.
And you heard it here first, folks. The Sunday after Spider-Man 74, we will have Depressed Doc right here on the channel. He'll be talking about why would Nick Spencer do this to me? And I'll be like,
And
at least he didn't reveal he killed Uncle Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, hey, I killed Uncle Ben. No, I set up the robbery that killed Uncle Ben.
Maybe just one panel that says, fuck responsibility.
Yeah. So, I'm really looking forward to the finale on this, the next month or three of Amazing Spider-Man, and all of the kind of tie-in things are definitely high on my read list.
Absolutely. I'm all in for Sinister War. I'll be reading ASM. I'm enjoying the new artist. I think that he's got a lot of potential, and we'll see what happens there. And as we get ready for the end of Nick Spencer's run, thank you so much for coming in here, Doc, talking about something off the beaten path. We normally talk about X-Men, talk a little bit at ASM, how the table's been set, and Sinister War is coming live to the channel next week. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you for having me, sir.